The Focolare movement of Nigeria has organized a two-day training program for Gen assistants in the north-central part of the nation. At the end of the training, participants were awarded certificates on safeguarding minors and vulnerable adults. CTV's Elizabeth Ode completes the report.
The training, which took place at the farm in Yanguji, Abuja, drew participants from Abuja, Nasarawa, and Plateau State. Topics covered were important moments in the history of Gen 3 and Gen 4, Jesus in the Midst, our teacher, difficulties we can face during a meeting, and promoting the well-being and safeguarding children and vulnerable adults.
When the children are attached to you, they know you, then even if you go and another person come, you see the children, before they come used to that person, they always distance themselves. It's difficult. That's why I say for us, we can assist. But who should be the leaders are you people. Because you will grow with that child until he matures, and if you are not going anywhere, you belong to that community and you are in that community.
There were group tasks, presentation of group assignments, and interactive sessions.
Trying to help the person develop, but not everybody gets that lucky. So we should be mindful of the way we, especially from a very young age, build up people's confidence or destroy it.
Participants were also given a tour of the farm by Reverend Father Joseph.
The grass, the dry grass, the green grass, all the water they collect around, they put together. Now it's a compost, all it's become manure. And after is that machine, the tractor they brought from Brazil that mixes it. And if you are told here all the grasses and shrubs that you cannot believe, then those ones now is what now they adapted. They removed all those artificial things and they are putting soil, normal soil, that you put your plant in the normal soil so that also the tomatoes, they are healthy and they are more tasty.
At the end of the training, participants were awarded certificates.
For me, it's a wonderful training and it's a wonderful experience that I'm having here, and I pray that God will give me more grace, more courage for me to open myself so that I can acquire more knowledge, so that it can enable me to train to train children very well. We just have to, be available, be patient enough.
The life we live, just the way we live our life, because then they learn fast in the practical way, not the theory. What they see you do, that is what they learn. So now, as a Gen assistant, you need to live a good life so that you see it by example. You follow that your step. They learn it fast than the theory, and you need to be patient.
Elizabeth Ode, CTV News.
The 70th anniversary of the Honored Order of the Knights of St. Mulumba, Nigeria culminated in a grand finale that was held at the Resource Center of the Catholic Secretariat of Nigeria in Abuja. It was an opportunity to honor the contributions of distinguished members, including the founding members of the order. CTV's Tony Abba completes the report.
It was an event that brought together members of the Noble Order of the Knights of St. Mulumba from all over the country. This time, the beautifully decorated Catholic Secretariat Resource Center was the venue for the Platinum Anniversary celebration of the order. The event kick-started with a welcome song from the ladies of St. Mulumba and the young cadets of St. Mulumba. The chairman of the planning committee, Sir Dan Egu, in his remarks, appreciated God for making the event possible.
We must first appreciate God for his faithfulness. We want to thank dear brothers and sisters for their commitment and generosity. I want to appreciate our guests who have made effort, avoiding and discarding other commitments in order to be with us.
The Wadi Metro Grand Knight, who is the host, Sir Michael Aule, in his remarks went down memory lane on the journey so far for the knighthood.
In the history of KSM started with 23 members in Uweri on the 13th of June 1953. And here we are celebrating 70 years in Abuja with a membership strength of 23,000 members. That shows that in every year we increased by 328 members.
The Supreme Knight, Sir Dr. Charles Mbelede, during his speech, acknowledged the resilience of Nigerians in the face of hard economic realities.
It is pertinent at this juncture to commend the compatriots and Nigerians in general for their resilience and ability to absorb the harsh realities of the worsening economic and security challenges. The earning ability of average Nigerians and the purchasing power keep plunging geometrically due to double-digit inflation index of goods and services. We urge the leaders of the country to evolve more imaginative and programmatic economic models around, especially for those on the short end of the stick.
The keynote speaker, John Cardinal Onaikon, spoke about the objective of the founder and the relevance of those objectives in our today's life.
There are two main objectives of our Joshua, namely to counter secret courts and to promote an active Catholic elite, are still very urgent and valid today. Our church has always stood by its principled rejection of all secret courts, and specifically against Freemasonry. For example, the 1917 Code of Canon Law, in its Canon 2335, imposed automatic excommunication on any Catholic who joined Freemasonry. Dear Knights of St. Mulumba, your firm policy on this matter is clearly in line with the authentic position of the Catholic Church. The second objective of our Ojefwa as regards Catholics in public life. Father Ojefwa's mission is still a challenge to us today. I understand from my friends in the Knights of St. Mulumba that you have three main objectives. Number one, to live a good Catholic life and make heaven. Very wonderful objective. Number two, to serve and defend the Catholic Church. Another beautiful objective. And number three, to bear clear witness to Christ's kingdom of justice, love, and peace in the public forum. In our days, this third objective calls for special attention. Finally, I commend the efforts of the Knights of St. Mulumba to raise Father Ojefwa to the altar of God in the process of beatification and eventual canonization. This is an example of a heroic life of faith that deserves to be brought to the attention of the Universal Church.
The 70th anniversary mascot was unveiled amidst cheers, while the beautifully decorated cake was presented and launched. High point of the event was the presentation of award to the family of the founder and other members of the organization who have contributed to the growth and development of the order. In Abuja, Tony Abba, CTV News.